I'm Joe Castro,
And I'm Brian Logston, and we're here in the GE Monogram Experience Center.
and we're talking about the Advantium oven. It's a speed cook oven. It's 4 ovens in one.
It's also a true European convection oven,
It's a warmer proofer.
and it's a fully functional microwave. But that doesn't explain how we got to all this great food.
It uses a combination of halogen lights, heating elements, true European convection, and microwave.
So the halogen lights, that gets our searing on the top and our browning.
Right.
We have that heater on the bottom. We get more browning there. But what's this true European convection?
Well, it's an element, heating element, around the fan so that the movement of the air is always warm and moving in the cavity.
And then we hit it with just a little bit of microwave when we need it to help cook the interior of our food. So that's where we can get up to 8 times faster cooking than your conventional oven.
With no preheating. It has over 175 menu items.
And 30 custom that you can enter yourself.
Now that we know what the Advantium is, let's see what it does. Let's start with a T-bone steak.
Sounds good to me. I love a T-bone.
Let's go. This oven does great steaks, and we've got a big job. We've got T-bones to cook. Each steak, a filet and a New York strip.
My favorite. Which one do I get? Maybe both.
Both, my friend.
Let's show them how we're going to cook them.
All right, let's get this in the oven. And we're going to cook it using the speed cook function. We're going to start by hitting speed cook.
All right. We're going to scroll to meats. Now, we're making a T-bone. We don't want it well done. We want it medium. Not a half-inch thick, not 3/4, a full 1-inch thick. It's a manly steak. We've got 2 steaks. We could do up to 4 if we wanted.
We're going to cook with the upper lamps. That's the halogen lamps. That's the light in there. We're going to use that 100% of the time. There's also ceramic heater in the bottom. We're going to use that 100% of the time. So I'm getting caramelization. I'm getting what I look for in a good steak.
You want good caramelization, but you want to cook that interior from top to bottom. So to accomplish that, our microwave is set at 20%. Now that means it's on 20% of the time. Microwave is great for bringing things to the boiling point. That's as hot as it can get. So at 20%, we'll cook that steak from top to bottom to medium. We also have our convection fan kicking 100%. So we're going to get a good sear, a good overall cook. We're ready to start.
Go ahead, Brian.
So with upper, lower, microwave, and convection all working together at the same time, what kind of time savings am I looking at?
If I was on an outdoor grill, I'd have to preheat it. Then I'd have to worry about cooking it, and that would probably take about 12 to 18 minutes.
If you're doing it in an oven, same thing. It's going to take extra time, and you've got to preheat. With this, again, no preheating. It's looking good, and we're moving quick.
Look at that, Brian. The oven is telling us to turn food over.
Right. Now, it's going to be a little smoky when you're cooking and when you open this door. That's to be expected. We've got fats rendering off of this beef. It's going to get a little smoky.
Now you're going to have to be a little careful. This is all very hot inside.
It's hot.
So I'm going to pick one of these up. Notice the caramelization. Turn it over.
Back in. Press start. Should be ready in 2 minutes. All right, we're ready to go. These steaks are ready. They smell good. They look good.
Set them down right there, Brian.
Now, if we cut into it now, we're going to get a lot of that juice running out. So let these rest 10 or 15 minutes before you serve them.
You know, Brian, not everybody loves a great T-bone steak.
Well, obviously, we love a good T-bone steak, but sometimes the kids want something a little bit different. So what are we going to do for them?
My kids love grilled ham and cheese.
Grilled ham and cheese is good. Chicken fingers, very good. Right now we got some grilled ham and cheese we're going to do in the Advantium. So we're going to drop this in. So we've got it on our metal tray.
Let's get it going by hitting speed cook. There we go.
All right, we're going to scroll to sandwiches. We've got a grilled sandwich, which we're going to do. Not cheese, we got meat and cheese. Not 1 sandwich.
How many do we have?
Not 2, we have 3. All right, it says to use the metal tray. We're already on, we're ready to go. All we got to do is press start. So we got a minute and a half left on these sandwiches, and it's telling us, turn me over. So we're going in.
We're going into a hot oven.
Oh, they look good already.
Let's go ahead and turn these over.
All right. I got the spatula. Flip them over. Nice grill marks. Oh, they smell good. Back in, close the door, press start, and they'll finish cooking.
Our sandwiches are done, but you always have to remember when reaching in the oven, they're going to be a little hot, right?
It can be a little hot.
Check
but
those out.
Man, do they look good. We'll cut into it. These things are crunchy, toasty on the outside, hot in the center. It's a great ham and cheese sandwich. The kids are going to love this if it makes it to the kids.
You know, Brian, there's nothing like a sandwich when you're hungry, but ours are mysteriously gone.
I know. I think you got a few crumbs left on you there, buddy. So we polished off the sandwiches rather quickly, and the kids, I think, are still hungry. We won't tell them, but we got some chicken fingers. We probably ought to put those in the oven. So.
All right. So the sandwiches we used on a metal grill tray.
Right. These are on just the metal tray, no grill. Let's put them in. Let's try not to eat them this time.
All right.
So in we go.
Start by using speed cook.
Speed cook again. I'm going to scroll to poultry, and we're doing chicken tenders frozen, 3 to 4 servings. It always seems like we're using the maximum servings. I don't know why.
We love leftovers.
We
Brian.
love leftovers. So 3 to 4 servings. It says use the metal tray. That's what we're using. We're ready to press start. Off to the races.
Brian, the oven says it's optimizing. What does that mean?
Optimizing is, the guys here at GE, they're much smarter than a couple of cooks, I got to tell you. And what they've done is they've taken into account the incoming voltage that this oven is seeing. So sometimes you can get a little bit of a swing in time.
So in different environments, wherever you are, it's going to take that into account and adjust for it?
Exactly. You may only see a few seconds. You may not see anything at all. It all depends on what is coming in at that particular point in time. It's a nice feature.
Very smart.
Very smart.
After a meal like that, I need something sweet, Brian.
Joe, after any meal, I can use something sweet, but I can use something sweet any time of the day. So to that end, I made some cinnamon rolls. So we're going to proof these guys because I made these homemade. Now, if you go to a store-bought cinnamon roll, you may not have to proof them. You can go directly on the metal tray and right in for speed cook. These, we're going to let them proof. Luckily, we've got a proofer.
Let's take a look. So we'll hit warm proof.
All right, the rolls are going in. We're going to scroll to proof bread, and we're going to start up. It's going to give us a time so we know how long it's been in there. You may want to check it every once in a while just to make sure you're proofing correctly. And then when these are ready, we're going to speed cook them. All right, these cinnamon rolls have got to be done. What we're looking for is double in size. Let's check it out and see if we're there. Oh, yes, we have reached double in size. We're ready to cook.
You said they're ready.
They're ready. They're ready to cook, Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Now, the cool thing about this is not only do we have a proofer here with the Advantium, but we have an oven, and we don't even have to preheat. So we're ready to go. Let's just put it in.
Once again,
Speed cook.
Speed cook.
Now, we're going to scroll to cinnamon rolls. Well, I'll eat them any time of the day. I will. But we're going to scroll to breakfast because that's generally where the average person would eat a cinnamon roll. So we're doing there. We're going to rolls. They're not caramel rolls, although those would be good. Cinnamon rolls. We're going to do ours as a mini. They're a little smaller, okay? So we've got that. We've got our rolls in our pan directly on the metal tray. We're ready to go. I'm going to press start. 9.5 minutes, you're going to have cinnamon rolls. Can you wait that long?
I can.
Okay.
Right in here, we're using a 9x9 casserole pan.
Right. With these homemade cinnamon rolls, we want the support of that casserole pan, so we're in that, but we're directly on that metal tray. You got to make sure whatever pan you use in here, that it's directly on a metal tray.
So you get real nice oven performance. Brian, in normal function of the Advantium oven, the lights are going to cycle on and off.
Right. So you notice that here, our upper lights were set at 3. Now what does that mean? it's based on time. So if we have something that's going to cook, let's say for 10 minutes, that means that our lights are going to be on for 3 of those 10 minutes. It's on 30% of the time. So it's not unusual for us to see the lights come up and go down throughout the cooking process. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cook
Cinnamon
time
rolls.
completed, my friend.
I am so very excited about
The oven
this.
is hot.
Oh, they smell good.
Check these out, man. These are like my mother made them. Beautiful brown.
Well, they were cooked in an oven. So the only thing that's going to make these better, hold on, is a little bit of icing. Got to have icing for cinnamon rolls.
I'll wait
right?
for icing. I'll wait for icing.
All right. So I've got a little bit of a brown sugar caramel here to go on top.
All right.
Oh, this is going to be so good. Just let it melt down in. Oh. So what we got here, the hot brown?
Yeah, the hot brown is an open-faced turkey sandwich with a little bit of tomato and cheese sauce on top.
Well, we're doing it as a casserole because the Advantium has the capacity for a 9x13 casserole dish. So we're going to put it in on the metal tray. Joe, how are we going to cook it?
Well, you won't find hot brown in the 175 recipes in here,
It's unfortunate.
but they thought of that.
Okay.
We're going to use custom speed cook, so let's hit that.
All right, what's our time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, I'm going to scroll to 10 minutes. All right, and I'm going to press that. So our upper light settings,
It's going to be at 9.
9.
What does that mean, Brian?
That means that our upper lights are going to be on 90% of the time.
Correct.
Lower,
We're talking about our heater in the bottom.
right? We've got our ceramic heater,
I want it on 80% of the time.
80%, you got it. Our microwave power,
I want to be very gentle,
very gentle,
30%.
30%. Why? Because our cream sauce can break if we boil it too much. So 30% is good enough to heat that through.
Right.
Convection, we got the convection fan.
I want all 10 of it, my friend.
All 10 of it.
Bring it all.
All right, so we're ready to go. Now we've got that set, ready to press start. In 10 minutes, we'll be eating hot brown. All right, we're down to just a few seconds left. So the hot brown is one of those things that, you know, I could eat it every day, but I probably shouldn't. But what if I eat it once a week? Do I have to go in and put all these manual settings in every single time?
You don't have to, Brian. There's 30 custom recipes you can program into this, so when you want to go back and cook that hot brown, all you do is go back to favorite recipe, start it up.
So I've got 175 recipes already in the Advantium. I can go up to 30 custom recipes. So I just bring up hot brown, press start, I'm ready to go.
And as a chef, you got to love that.
I gotta love that. It's ready now.
Now, Brian, this is good enough to eat the way it is.
Well, it is, but kind of one of our top 5 ingredients is bacon.
There it is, my friend.
The Advantium is a fully functional microwave, and we did cook the bacon under that feature.
We're just going to put it all over the top.
That's just wrong.
A little
That's just
parsley.
wrong. A little vegetables in our life. Very good. What do I like better than a pizza?
Two pizzas.
2 pizzas. In order to do 2 pizzas, we're going to go in convection bake, and we got to have a rack.
A wire rack, Brian. Now, you can only use this in convection mode.
Right. Not microwave, not speed cook, just convection. So we're going in.
There's 4 little tabs.
We're going to use our metal tray for our pizzas, but our metal tray is not in right now. Just the wire rack. Let's show them how to program it.
All right, let's go to convection bake.
All right, we're going to press our dial. Now, we can go all the way down to 250 degrees in convection bake. But for pizza, we want hot. 450, that's our maximum temperature. We can go as low as 140 for holding food warm. But the max we're going is 450. We're going to preheat the oven, yes. We're starting, and in a few minutes we'll be ready to bake. All right, our convection oven is preheated to 450 degrees, so our pizzas are ready to go in. Now we're using a homemade dough. We made this here. If you use a store-bought dough, it's going to work great. So our dough, not quite so round. I think mine's kind of taking on the shape of like Texas, I believe. You know.
Yeah, and to cover my tracks, I always say, the imperfections make the masterpiece, Brian.
All
So
right.
I'll take the top rack.
All right, Joe's going on top. I'm going to go on the bottom. Now, I'm on a rotating rack on the bottom, so my pizza's going to get nice and evenly brown. The top rack, not rotating. So maybe every couple of minutes you might want to go in there and rotate it a quarter turn just to make sure you get a nice even browning. Now it's going to ask us to select the bake time. Joe's already put in 10 minutes. May take a little longer, but we'll check it at 10 and we can always add a little more time. So now we're ready to go. So I'm going to press start.
And we're
In
baking.
10 minutes, we'll have pizza.
Yep.
All right, these pizzas are done.
Let's take a look.
Oh, they smell good.
Now mine has beautiful caramel cheese, perfectly brown crust, and it's done all the way through.
All the way through, they're going to be crunchy. Let's set these guys here, let them rest for a couple of minutes. We'll slice them, ready to snack. All right, we've cooked a lot of food, and we've made quite a mess.
We have, Brian, but luckily we've got a stainless steel cabinet in here that makes it easy to clean. And you have to allow this to cool down a little bit before you can go in with some.
Hot and soapy water. That's all we need to clean it. All right, Joe, cover me. I'm going in.
With your Advantium oven, you'll get 1 metal grill tray, 2 metal trays, and for your microwave, a glass tray.
You're also going to get a metal rack that's great for convection baking and proofing and warming. But if one of these don't accommodate what you need, you can always use a non-metal casserole dish to do your cooking. So if you got any other questions about the cookware you can use with your Advantium, or maybe some questions that a couple of cooks haven't been able to answer for you,
You can refer to the use and care manual that comes with your Advantium oven.